Hi, welcome back again to my Power Apps tutorial. My name is Sia. Today I want us to look at collections in Power Apps. To start off, let's understand what are collections. Collections are basically data storage containers that hold data temporarily in memory while an app is running. Collections are useful for storing and manipulating set of data locally, especially when you need to store user inputs temporarily, or you want to catch data from a data source to reduce repeated queries. You're building functionality that doesn't rely on a live connection. So how does a collection work? Collections are tables, like an Excel table or an SQL table, where each row represents a record and each column represents a field. They are not saved permanently. Once the app is closed or the session ends, the data is lost unless saved to a data source. Now let's dive in to see how they work. So in Power Apps we have these collections. We have collect. This basically stores data into a collection, and then we have ClearCollect. So this clears whatever records that were already in a collection, in an existing collection, and then adds a new record. Even if the collection didn't exist, it's gonna create a new collection and add the new record. And then we also have this basically clears everything in a collection, but the collection is still there in memory. You can reuse it again. Now let's see this in practice. Let's start with the collect. This is how you write your collect. You say collect, you open bracket, then firstly name of your collection. I'll say profile. This is the name of the collection. Then you say comma, then you open square bracket, then you give your first field name, which could be name or like first name, colon, in quotes, then you type in the name Sianda, then comma, then the second parameter, which is last name, colon, and quotes. Inside quotes you say Ngube, and then comma. We can then say age, colon, maybe I'm 17 years of age. So if you run this in your app, what actually happens? This is what happens. It creates a table. This collection, it creates a collection called call profile. Inside call profile, it's going to create a table with these fields: first name, last name, age. Let me delete that last one. This is how it's gonna look like. So it's first name, last name, age. Then inside it's gonna add Sianda Ngube 17. This is what does when you run it. And then let's say maybe you run it again. You create another collect, call, and then you say Emily, maybe Emily Carter. She's 25. So if you run this, you can see here it has the same collection. So it goes into this collection, then adds this value under first name, and then add Carter under last name and age under age. So like this: Emily Carter 25. This is what this does. Now what happens when you run the collection with these values? Let's say David, last name is Brown, then age 40. What happens when you add another field? Let's say gender colon male. So what's going to happen here, because there's only 1 2 3 columns, so the collection is expecting 3 columns, but you are providing 1 2 3 4. So if you run this, what's going to happen? This is what's going to happen. David will be assigned under first name, surname, which is last name, under the last name, then age 40, and then it's going to add another column. It's going to look, oh, so gender doesn't exist here, maybe then I need to add it. Then it's going to say gender, and then here and say male. This is what happens. What happens if you, let's say, okay, you do this, you say collection, you call the collection, say Mark, last name Zuckerberg. I don't know how to type that. Okay, Mark Zuck. Say he's also 40. Now you don't have gender. Okay, instead of gender, you actually have another field like title. Let me say Misty. So what's happening here? The collection is expecting the first name. As you can see, it's expecting the last name. It's expecting age. It's expecting gender, but you do not have gender anymore. And then you have an additional column title. So what's going to happen here? This is what's going to happen. Mark will be assigned here, Zuck, under last name, age 40. Then gender is not there, it's gonna leave it empty, but then since there's a new column title, it's gonna add a new column in our table. It's gonna say title and then Misty. So I hope you understand how the collect works. It just adds data into a collection. So now let's look at ClearCollect. Okay, ClearCollect. So what does this do? It's gonna clear everything that is in the table and then add a new record that you provide. Okay, for example, you remember the name of the table. It was called profile. That's the name of our collection. Then we say comma. Let's say we say first name, say John, last name, say Smith, then age 30, comma, gender, male, comma, title, Mr. So what is this going to do when we run it? This is what it's going to do. It's gonna clear everything in the collection. Cut. It clears everything but leaves the collection itself, the collection name. So, and it's gonna add the new record that you provided. Age, male, Mr. This is what it does. So whenever you run a ClearCollect, it's gonna clear whatever is in the table and then create the record, add a new record that you provide to it. Now let's look at clear. If you run this clear, then you provide the collection name, profile, which is the table above. If you run this, it's gonna clear everything in the table. Everything that's here, it's just gonna clear it, leave it empty. So in a nutshell, that's how the collections work. Now let's go to the app to actually demonstrate this. Now I have a blank canvas app. I have one screen. We name it screen home. Let me demonstrate the same thing that I was showing you quickly. So let's say we're gonna add a button. Then we name it add collection or collect. Let me just say collect. Yeah. So if you click this button, we want a certain a collection to be created with certain records. So let's demonstrate that. Okay, collect. Please note I am under on select, meaning when you select this button, this should happen, this code should run. So we're gonna give a name, call profile, comma, curly bracket, and we say first name Sianda, last name Ngube, age 17. So if we go ahead, click collect, it's going to create a table, basically a collection called collect call profile. So if I run this, let's see what happens. Run. So I've clicked the collect. So if you click back to this button and then click call profile, then right down over here, click this arrow down, you see I have my table, age, first name, last name. So it's sorts into first like letters, according to letters. So I have my age, name and last name. Let's say I add another record within the same collection. Maybe let's do this. If I say, let me change this, say Emily Carter 22. If I run this, it's gonna add to the same collection, it's gonna add the new values. Let me run it. Okay, to run it here, you can just click Alt and then click collect. Then if you click call profile and look here, now it's added Emily. It can add Emily multiple times, so long you click the collect again, and click again and again. See what it does. It adds Emily more and more. So now let's say we want to clear this collect. Okay, let's try out the clear collect. Button. Let me call this clear collect. So I want this to say clear collect. So when you click this button on select, we are calling this collection that we've already defined in another button, call profile, comma, let's add a new record. We're gonna say first name. I'm gonna say John, comma, last name. I'll say Sina, comma, 32. Sorry, comma, age. Then I'll say 32. Take note that with numbers you do not put it under quotes because it's numbers. So if we run this, let's see what's going to happen. Before I run it, let me see what's inside the call profile again. Click here, then click this. Do you see we have all these details? We have Sianda Ngube, age 17, and Emily. Let's see if we run the ClearCollect, what's going to happen. I'm going to click Alt and ClearCollect at the same time. Now let me go back, call profile. Now do you see that it got rid of all the records that are in the collection and then added this new record that I've provided. Then finally, let me show you how the clear works. Hit another button and then say name this clear. Then in this on select, I want to say clear. Now it's asking for the source. I want to clear call profile. Then if I run this, alt and clear. So now let's see what's inside the call profile. See, it's empty. We didn't find any data. I hope this makes sense, and now you understand clearly how the collections work in Power Apps. Now let's do a demonstration of this. Let's dive in a little bit deeper. So I'm gonna create a simple app. Okay, let me see. Let me say I have a login screen. Login. And then I also have screen sign up. Then I also have screen welcome or home page. Yeah, screen home. So I want us to also, when we run our app, it's gonna start here. You log in. No, it's gonna start under sign up. You'll have to sign up first. After signing up, you log in, and then it's gonna check if your login details correspond with your sign up details that you provided when you're signing up. And then if it is correct, then it's gonna take you to a home page, and then inside the home page I'm going to create an app, a simple app, let's say a note taking app. It's going to simply take your notes. I want it to have a title of your note, the description, your note, and then the created on and the date captured. So in order to do that, we will come to insert, then say text label, put it up here, and then stretch it across, text align center. Then I'll say, just say note taking app. Make this bold, increase the font to 20. Yeah, that's small. Let me say 40. Yeah, that's not bad. Like 30. Yeah, I think 30 is fine. We include a background. Put this, or okay, that's nice. Then change the font color to white. Note taking app. And then we're gonna have text input, we will place it here and change the mode to multiline. Then multiline simply means you can type in multiple lines rather than one sentence. Let's remove the default text, then add a hint. I say note title. Let me add another text input, put it underneath, then stretch it down a little bit. Then I'm gonna change this as well to multiline, remove the default value, add hint, notes, description. For both, let me increase the font to 20. Okay, just say 17. Yeah, it's too big. Yeah. Description. Under that, I'm gonna add a button. Let me put it here and then expand it. I will name it add note. Add note. Yeah. Let me change the color of the background to, yeah, that's nice. And then I'm gonna add a vertical gallery. I will put it, let me drag it over here. Expand this, reduce this. Okay, yeah, over here let me expand these, stretch it a little bit to the right. Let's give these a names. So note title, I'm gonna say txt title. Note description, I'm gonna say txt description. Button, I'll say btn login. Not login, sorry. btn no, not there, sorry, this is add note. Then here btn add. Then the gallery, I'll say gal note. And then, so this is what's gonna happen. Let me run this app. So you will enter the title of the notes here. Let's say study. Then you're gonna put your description here. Then when you click add, your notes should appear here, and ideally I want it to show the title of the note and the date it was captured. And then let's try that out. And also, okay, I want it to just below down here, when you click here it should show the description of the notes down here. So I'll add a label down here, label. I'll put it down here, then expand it, and put the text at the top. Then what else do I need to add here? Maybe I need the text label. I'll say description or note description. Notes description. Then this, maybe I can put a color, maybe this, and then I can also put colors here, like something like this. So maybe something a little bit pale. Yeah, I don't like the border. So basically we're just playing around just to see how the Canvas app works. So I've changed the border to blue. I'll remove the default note description. I'll make it bold and increase font a little bit, bring it down. I should also add maybe a label for this. Yeah, text label. In fact, let me copy the one below, copy, paste, and bring it up here. Say your notes. So this is how our app looks like currently. So let's go back to sign up. To sign up, we're gonna add text input, remove this and say first name, text again, remove this, we'll say last name, not last name, let's say username. Let me say username. Then finally password. Then we add a button. Say sign up. Okay, sign up. It's important to label your text input. I'm gonna say txt first name. I'll say txt last name. Why do I keep saying last name? txt username, txt password, btn sign up. And just say sign. My battery is running low, so the user will have to provide these details and click sign up. Then after signing up, it has to take him to the login screen. So this is just for demo purposes. It's not going to be entirely perfect. I know there are better ways to do this. You can actually get the records from like the data source somewhere, but I'm just showing you this just for demonstration. So we're gonna say we will create a variable. We'll say some variables here. We'll say set. So these variables will store the information that the user will enter in these fields. So set variable name, we'll say var first name, comma, let's ask for the value we get it from the txt first name dot text, close, put a semicolon, we copy this, paste it below, then we say username, it's gonna be txt username, yeah, dot text. Same thing for password, we say var password, you say txt password dot text. So all these variables that are going to be entered by the user here, they will be stored in here. They'll be stored in here in these variables. So, and I want this to navigate to screen login, comma, the transaction type I'll say cover. So navigate means once you click sign up, it should take you to the login screen, and this one here, it's just a transaction when you move to another screen. So this is good. Now let's go to login screen. Let me just copy the same thing, copy, see if I can paste it here, paste, but I'm only gonna remove first name, I'll leave username and password, change the fields here since I'm in a different screen. I'll say txt I'll say username value, then I say txt password value, say password val, yeah, let me say the same thing here so avoid confusion, password val, yeah, is that correct? Yeah. Then I'll change this to login. Then I will say, I'll put in a simple logic in here. We'll say if txt username value, okay, where is it? Txt username, okay, what did I name this? Let me check this again. Txt username, oh, I forgot an R here, yeah, username value. So I'll say txt username val value is equal to var username. This is variable that is declared on the first screen when you're signing up. So if txt username value that you enter here is equal to var username, then what are you going to do? Okay, and we're gonna say and txt password value. Okay, an important thing, you need to add text at the end. Text Then here same thing, text dot text. You're basically saying this text box dot the text that is going to be provided. So and txt password value is equal to the password. Then let's see, comma. So if this is true, what is it that I want to happen? I wanna navigate to the screen home, comma, transaction cover, close bracket. Then I also say comma, I want to notify success, notify. Then I'll say login successful. Let me expand this so you can see. So what I wanna say. So if you logged in success, if all the details match, then transition move to another screen, home screen. Then also notify the user that the login was successful. Then you say comma, then you say notification type, you're gonna choose success, then close and close. So there has to be an else as well, so meaning if the records does not match, then what's gonna happen? Then what must happen when the records does not match? So if the records do not match, I'll say comma, notify this is gonna be the error message, wrong username and password. So comma, notification type, let's say error. Yeah, so basically what's gonna happen here, if I run this, I'll type in the username and the password. If it's correct, it's gonna take me to the home screen. If it's wrong, it's gonna pop up a message saying incorrect password in username and password. Now finally, let's sorry, what have I done? Okay, yeah, finally, okay, I think now it should be done. Let's see it in action. Run. First name Sianda, username I'm gonna say Sianda, I'm gonna use my email siandangube at let me say email.com. Then password 12345. Let me sign up. Now I've signed up, I need to log in now. Let me say I provide the incorrect details. See what happens. Right? Wrong username and password. So let's type in the correct one. Sianda Ngube. Did I say Sianda Ngube at email.com? I hope I said the right one. 12345. Then log in. There you go. Now it takes me to the home screen where I can start capturing my notes. Then once my note is captured, I click add. So now the final task is now to put the code behind this add note and allow our notes to display on the right gallery. As well, when you click one of the notes, it shows the description below. So let's do that. Alright, let's name these txt title. Okay, I've already named it. Description, let's say label, description, btn add. Okay, so if this button is cleared, is clicked, I want to add the notes in a collection that will appear in the gallery on the right. So this is what we're gonna do. You click your button, expand the formula bar, then on select, as you can see here, this is where you select on select, then remove false. So we will define our collection. We'll say collect call note. This is our name of our collection. Call note. What am I doing? Call note, comma, and curly brackets and the closing brackets at the end. So we are gonna say, what is it I said we want? We wanna capture the title, the description, the created on, and created on date, and what else? Maybe just that. Yeah. So we'll say title colon, then where are we going to get our title from? Txt title dot text, comma, note, this is gonna be our description, note, we say txt description dot text, comma, now we want today's date, we say created on, then I say today. So what this does, it's a collect which will create a collection called call note. Inside that we will add fields title, note, and created on. Then we're getting the title and the description from our title text box and description text box, and then the date, we just adding the current date. This should look fine. Yeah, it looks fine. And then we say, we come to our gallery, you see, ensure you select items, and then you say call note. So currently our collection is empty. If you click call note, then expand, we didn't find any data, so there's no data, that's why nothing displays here. So we need to tweak this a little bit to remove that image. We will add title and subtitle. Yeah, title and subtitle. So then down here, okay, before we get to that, maybe let's just run our app. Run, I'll say study. I need to study. So I can be ready for my exam. Add note. So you see what's happened here. It says I need to study, so it's added it here. If I add another one, let me say trip to Dubai. I need to start saving for my trip to Dubai over the holidays, then add. You see it added here, but now I want us to change this. Instead of showing the actual description of the notes, I want to show only the title and the created on date. So how do we do that? We are gonna come here, and then we say the first one. We're gonna come here. Do you see up here under the text it says this item dot note? So I wanna say this item dot title, right? And then here it's saying this item dot note again. I'll say this item dot created on, right? Let me make this, expand this a little bit, font to 18, and okay, it's already bold. Yeah, then you can actually add here let's say created on, add a colon, and this is how I want it to look like. So you now see, so your note study created on this date, trip to Dubai created on this date. Now the final thing I want to do is to, when I click study, I want it to show the description that, okay, what's going on, what is this about. So that's what I want to show it below. So, and how do you do that? You click your label below, and then you come up here. You will say we want the selected record in the gallery to display only the note. So we'll say gallery, we named it gal note dot selected dot, you wanna take what, the description, which is note. There you go. So now if you run this, let me delete these. So now once you run this, if you click trip to Dubai, it changes to I need to start saving for my trip to Dubai. If you click study, it says I need to study so I can be ready for my exam. Let's add one last one. Let me just add anything, yeah, just to see, then add. So it gives you an option to scroll to view all your notes. Alright, okay, so what I've noticed also, once I add, it doesn't automatically clear this, so I want it to clear this field once I've added the record. So to do that, you come to add note, and then we put a semicolon, we say reset. What is it that we want to reset? TXT title. We also want to reset TXT description. So if I run this again and add some note, then add note, you'll see it's clears the field, so you can type in something else new. I hope my demo was clear to understand, and if you have any questions, you can like below. And one final thing that I want to do, let's say now I want to remove some of the notes in my collection. This is what you're going to do to remove. Let me expand this a little bit. So this arrow here, we can actually click it and then change the icon to this one, then put in some code in it and say remove from this collection call note comma this item, then we close. So if we run this, so we have study. Let me remove it. Trip to Dubai, you can also remove it. Then let's just run our app for the last time from the beginning. So we'll go to sign up, start. So I'll change this to David, then I'll say David at email.com, 12345 is my password, sign up. Then here it's David at email.com, 12345, log in. Then we add our title, we add study again. I need to study to get ready and be ready for exams. Then add note, so it gets added at the bottom down here. I've just added a few notes on my app. I wanted to just say here on the title, let me add my name, like notes app, and say welcome. Then I want to add my name, so in the formula bar, come here, say and, then say var first name. So I'm getting this from the variable that I initialized at the beginning of the demo. So if I run this, so whoever is logged in, their name will appear here. Ideally, how this is done, you actually say user dot full name. This is what you get. Notes app, welcome Sianda Ngube. You can also add other things like image, you can also add an image, put it here, then put some radius 50, then minimize it a little bit. Sorry, just you can minimize, put it here, then I'll say user dot image. Is what I get. So it gives me my photo, and it says it gets my name as well. So that's how it's done, guys. So thank you guys for your time and watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, just type down below and ensure that you subscribe on my channel for more content. Thank you.